If you haven't yet discovered the magic of the foundation chain for your crochet, listen up. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to create the foundation chain for single crochet. I tell you what, the foundation chain is going to save you so much time when you're doing long numbers of chains. So maybe you're doing 100 chains for a blanket. This is going to save you so much time. When you do the foundation chain, you're doing your original chain and your first row together. So you're going to save yourself so much time. It also creates a really good foundation for your work, which is why it's called the foundation chain. I generally use the foundation chain for blankets, things where I have a lot of chains for longer pieces. So maybe blankets or cushions. This is a really good example. I use the foundation chain for single crochet for this cushion. Along the bottom here, when I was chaining for both of the front side and the back side, I was using the single crochet foundation chain. So it is super handy, and I would really recommend this tip. If you do like this pattern, by the way, maybe something for Valentine's Day, you can always get this through the link in my bio. So let's get started with the single crochet foundation chain.
So here's a little bit of crochet magic just to give you a sense of what it looks like as the finished product. But let's get started. So this is the slip knot that you start with. So let's pull that slip knot tight. This is just how I do a slip knot. You may have your own personal preference. And make sure you leave a bit of slack with the slip knot. Now, once you've done your slip knot, you're going to yarn over and create a chain. So let's do 2 of these chains. That's the first one, and this is the second one. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see all the detail. So go through that first loop on that first chain that you created. But can you see that there's a second loop? Go through that second loop as well. And it might be a little bit challenging, which is why you need to keep your tension relatively slack. So we've got 3 loops on our hook here. Yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops from that first V. So you now have 2 loops on your hook. Can you see I'm adjusting the tension here just to make sure it's not too tight? Now yarn over and pull through that first loop. You're going to stop there, yarn over, and now pull through both of those loops, those 2 loops on the hook. So that is our first foundation chain. So let's do our second foundation chain. You can see we've got one here and then our slip knot. So let's go through that V that you can see right there after the slip knot. So pop your hook through 1, 2 loops of that V, and then you can see right there I've got 3 loops on my hook. Yarn over as we did before. Pull up that loop and adjust the tension here so it's not too tight. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and after you've done that, yarn over again and then pull through both of those loops. And that is your second foundation chain. Well done. Let's keep going. So back again through that V that you can see in the previous, it's almost the previous stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and you've got 2 on your hook. Yarn over again, pull through 1, yarn over, and pull through 2. So I'm picking up speed here a little bit. Don't worry, you can always go back again and try the video again, just at a slower speed. So you can see I've just gone through that V again. I'm yarning over 1 and yarning over and going through both loops. So I'm just going to keep going so you can follow along, get a sense for where I'm placing my hook here. So let's do that again. We're going through the V, the previous V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over once, pull through 1, yarn over twice, pull through 2. And that's how I kind of remember it when I go through yarn over once, pull through 1, yarn over twice, pull through 2. So I keep going here, and just to say there's very easy to get confused with the loops when you're going through the V. Just make sure you only go through 2 loops, not through 3 or anything like that. So just make sure you're being careful about which loops you put your hook through there. So once you get to the end of your row, this is where you would chain 1 as you usually would. So let's skip to that part now. We are at the end of our row. We're going to chain 1 as we usually do with single crochet. Pull that through, then we're going to turn our work, and now we're going to go through the last stitch of the previous row. So the last foundation chain that we created, not that single crochet right there. We're avoiding that. We're going through the first proper stitch right here. Go through both loops, yarn over, and complete your single crochet as you usually would. So let's do a couple more stitches just to show you how that would actually look. So that is the single crochet foundation chain. If you have any questions, put them in the comments.
If you like this tutorial, please do subscribe or follow any of my social media or my YouTube. I'm bringing out much more in-depth tutorials and I think you'll find them really helpful. So subscribe for more crochet tutorials. Happy crocheting!